We have had plenty of Spider-Man films, all of which focused on Peter Parker, yet this one is completely different in two major ways. First off is Miles Morales, who is the kid who takes on the mantle of Spider-Man after the untimely death of Peter Parker. The second, which is my favorite part of this movie by far, which is the animation that this movie uses, rather than being live action. This movie has one of the most unique animation styles I have ever seen. It is something between 3D animation and 2D animation, yet also creating something new altogether. It really does look like a comic book put straight to the big screen. This world is just so vibrant and pleasing to look at. I appreciate animation so much because I know the effort it takes to put into one of these films and to make it look as good as the final product does. Because this film is animated, it gives the filmmakers complete freedom to do whatever they want visually. I cannot see this movie being any other way. This allows them to go all out story-wise, to do things that you couldn't do in live action because it is animated. And as I said, this film focuses on Miles Morales, who has his very own unique origin. It's a story similar to all other Spider origins, but has a very interesting twist that was fun to watch. His story was so cool to see, and the additions of all the other heroes that influenced his story was great. He is a character that, unlike Peter Parker, has some other people who has gone through the same thing to go along with him in his journey in learning how to be Spider-Man. He isn't going through this alone, and where other Spider-Man films gloss over the training, the learning how to be Spider-Man portion of his origin story, this film shows it all. You really do get to see him struggle a lot in this film, but you also see his dedication and his drive to live up to his potential. And this all stems from the people around him, including his friends and his family. This movie does a really great job at making Miles Morales stand on his own. Morales isn't the only hero in this movie, however. There's also Peter Parker, there's Spider-Gwen, there's Spider-Man Noir, Penny Parker, and of course there is Spider-Ham. Peter Parker is an older, more tired Spider-Man with a very interesting backstory, and he played a great teacher to Miles Morales. Of all of them, Spider-Gwen was the standout, and her relationship with Miles was very interesting, and I love to see where they go with it next, and I'm so glad that they already greenlit a Spider-Gwen movie, and I cannot wait for that one. Hailee Steinfeld does a great job voicing the character. The rest of them are there for backup and for comedic effect, and to be honest, they weren't in this movie as much as I thought they were going to be, or as much as I wanted them to be, but they were still very funny, and they had some interesting backstories themselves, and they really worked well in this universe. This film also features a great amount of the Spider-Man villains, ranging from the Kingpin to Doc Ock. They weren't given as much story as the heroes, but knowing Kingpin's backstory from Daredevil and seeing bits and pieces that they give you in this film was a very cool addition that I enjoyed very much. This leads me to the action, and it is great throughout, but the finale of this movie was just breathtaking. The visuals of the particle accelerator, along with the different dimensions and all the action that was happening, just worked so well. It was so good. It was tense at times, had some humorous moments, and was truly thrilling. I really enjoyed seeing all the heroes fighting together against all of the rogues. Where this film does misstep just a little bit for me is the progression of Miles Morales' Spider-Man. In this movie particularly, it spends a lot of time in his struggle, and then all of a sudden at the very end, he gets his stride and he's perfect. And I think it's a little bit too abrupt in this movie, and maybe that's because they spend more time with his struggle. But you see this in all superhero movies, so I guess I can't complain too much, especially because when he does get everything together in the end, it just makes it that much more satisfying. And that's really the only complaint I have about this movie, and there's just really no flaws I have. I really enjoyed this movie. Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse was a great Spider-Man movie. It's not only unique to all the other ones, but it's also unique to other animations and other superhero stories in general. This movie was so well made, and I'm so impressed with the animation alone that is a great reason for you to see this movie in theaters. I'm also so excited for the potential that this universe sets up. I already mentioned that they are making a Spider-Gwen spin-off movie, and they're also planning on a sequel to this movie, and the possibilities are endless, and I cannot wait for those to be released. I'm so excited for where this universe can go. Also, just one more thing before I go, the post-credit scene is great, and Stan Lee is even better. So thanks guys for watching this review, and I hope to see you guys all in the next one, so make sure you guys subscribe, and I'll see you then.